Officials are expecting a significant number of ticket challenges at tomorrow's Taylor Swift concerts.
Was it self-defense or murder? Police in one central Kentucky city say they have a lot to figure out after they say a woman shot and killed her husband.
What a central Kentucky drone expert tells us about a new government proposal that's designed to make drone owners more responsible.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good evening. A very busy night. We're tracking two breaking stories tonight. We begin in Somerset, where police say a robbery suspect took his own life while being chased.
Somerset police say a man and a woman armed with a gun robbed the Goodwill in the Tradewinds shopping center around 8 tonight. Shortly after the robbery, police say some officers nearby spotted the suspects and started chasing them. Somerset police say once the man was cornered, he shot and killed himself in the driveway of a home on West Columbia Street. Police say they did not fire any shots. No one else was injured. Police say the woman is still on the run.
Also breaking tonight, police say a man was seriously injured in a possible stabbing in Powell County. That happened a few hours ago at a home along Hardwicks Creek Road near Clay City. State police say they do not know much about what happened at this point, but they say a man was airlifted to UK hospital with lacerations to his stomach. No word tonight if they have any suspects.
Thousands of Taylor Swift fans will fill Rupp Arena tomorrow night for her much-anticipated concert. But tonight, arena leaders are warning about some possible ticket challenges.
Not only do they have an alert about counterfeit tickets, they say the new print-at-home tickets can cause a few problems as well. Our Monique Blair has what you need to know before going to that concert in our top story at 11.
Taylor Swift's Tuesday night concert at Rupp Arena is sold out, and her fans had several ways of getting their hands on the much-desired tickets.
For lower level, they're so expensive, and it's like, I bet we can just look on Craigslist and see what we can find, and we got them for face values.
But Rupp Arena officials announced Monday evening that they're concerned about an issue that plagues the concert industry. When tickets are bought through secondary markets, it's common that they are counterfeit.
Craigslist ad seemed very personable. It wasn't just like 2 tickets this price. They went into the full detail of like where they were. And
I think it said, I am a real person. It all seemed very valid.
Rupp Arena officials advise concert goers who bought their tickets on a secondary market to arrive early Tuesday in an effort to make sure your ticket is valid. Rupp Arena officials also say since tickets went on sale almost a year ago, the number of lost or misplaced tickets increases, and the new print-at-home tickets can present unique challenges.
I've gotten tickets from online sources before and you print them out, and you never really know if they are valid, if someone just, I don't know, made a copy or did something, but these are, actual tickets that they will have to tear off.
In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Rupp Arena leaders say the best advice they can give for anyone is to buy tickets through the Rupp Arena ticket office or through Ticketmaster.
New tonight, Lexington police say they have found the second suspect wanted for a violent robbery at a Lexington home. Police say 18-year-old Jonathan James later showed up at the police roll call office on Center Parkway with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital but later charged with robbery. This afternoon, police say James and 18-year-old Ravon Brown went to a home on Windy Knoll Drive near the intersection of Man of War and Armstrong Mill. They say the men tried to rob 3 people inside the home, but in the process, one of the victims and James were shot. While James ran off, police say the victims overpowered Brown and held him until police arrived. The condition of the victim shot isn't known tonight. Brown has also been charged with robbery. Police say the suspects and victims knew each other, and one of the victims was charged with a drug-related offense. New tonight, police say a woman shot and killed her husband in Marion County. Lebanon police say Rebecca Fisher called 911 early Saturday morning saying she shot her husband Mike at their home on West Main Street. The couple owns Campbell DeWitt Funeral Home, which is next to their home. Police think the shooting was the result of some sort of domestic dispute.
She was emotionally upset, from my understanding, when the officers arrived, as well as dispatch were stating that she was pretty upset.
Police say Rebecca Fisher had injuries to her face. They say they're still trying to figure out if the shooting was self-defense or murder. So far, they have not filed any charges. Police said the couple had domestic issues in the past.
New tonight, a man has died following an accident while riding an off-road vehicle in Madison County. The Fayette County coroner says 25-year-old Willis Danelli died at UK Hospital this afternoon. Just after midnight yesterday, investigators say his utility task vehicle crashed near the intersection of Bogey Mill Road and Mule Shed Lane west of Richmond. And they're still trying to figure out what led to the accident. They've caused some concerns around this country, including right here in Lexington. And now the federal government wants to require many drone aircraft to be registered. The FAA hopes that will cause drone operators to fly more responsibly. In Lexington, a drone crashed inside Commonwealth Stadium just before a UK football game earlier this year. New at 11 tonight, Sean Moody talks to a Central Kentucky drone expert about the proposed rule change.
Workers at Hobbytown USA here in Lexington expect to sell a lot of remote-controlled aircraft for Christmas.
Typically what we're selling is something on the order of a small one like this, or, you know, a little toy like this. Basically, it's just for something for flying around the living room. It's just something for fun.
But as they become more popular, there have been problems. Just here in Lexington, there was the drone that crashed onto the roof of the Fifth Third building and the one that crashed in the Commonwealth Stadium. Stephen Simon says crashes like that can often be chalked up to inexperience.
A lot of people really don't know that there's any sort of rules or regulations about flying. They grab it and they take it out of the box and they try to fly it. Accidents happen.
The FAA is concerned. Today, they and the Department of Transportation announced a task force to figure out how best to register them.
Now, what this DOT plan boils down to is really two different kinds of drones. For example, you've got these small ones like this Ethos PQ. It only weighs a few grams. The people here at Hobbytown say you really don't need to worry about registering one like this. But when it comes to other drones, there are larger ones like this Chroma quadcopter you can put a camera on. Those, they say, it might be a good idea to register.
It's large enough that if it fell on people in a crowd, someone could get hurt.
Simon says more education can solve a lot of problems going forward.
More people need to be aware that there are rules at all. A lot of people don't even know that there are rules, never mind what the rules are.
In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
That task force is due to give the FAA and the Department of Transportation their recommendations by November 20th.
The week began with some great fall weather, and it looks like tomorrow will be just as good. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your forecast. How about it, Chris?
Hi, Amber. We are stuck in a very nice weather pattern across central and eastern Kentucky. And if you're going to be stuck in a pattern, this is the pattern that you want to kind of be in that rut in. Take a look at our sky cam time lapse from a little earlier in the day from down into Madison County. Notice how those shadows quickly grow as we head into the early part of the evening. A chill is in the air, but nothing like what we were talking about last night at this time. Temperatures right now still upper 40s to low 50s. Danville, a cool spot at 43 degrees. Nothing on Defender as of now. It has been calm. It has been quiet for the past several days. A little bit of high cloud cover beginning to creep on in from northwest to southeast. Out the door tomorrow morning, some patchy areas of frost. I think a lot of us will avoid the frost tomorrow morning. Upper 30s, low 40s tomorrow afternoon. Heading home with another very nice weather day. Upper 60s. Flirting with the 70-degree mark, and that's a nice forecast through the rest of the week. And then the weekend rolls around. We've got some changes that we will track when I come back in 10 minutes.
Chris, thank you. He lost his home in an explosion, but tonight a Corbin man says he is just grateful to still be alive.
Arnold Stevens was inside the home Saturday afternoon when an explosion leveled it. He says he had just stepped out of the shower when he heard the explosion, felt the ground shake, and saw the damage. Stevens was treated for some burns, but is now out of the hospital. Stevens says he thanks God that he is still there alive. He says that's the reason he's alive today. Stevens says firefighters told him they think a gas leak caused the explosion. He's staying with other family members for now.
New tonight, what Lexington police say started as a joyride for some teenagers ended in a crash. Police say a 15-year-old took his mother's car while she was asleep. They say his 12-year-old brother and 17-year-old sister went along for the ride. But police say the car crashed into another car on Deauville Drive in the Cardinal Valley neighborhood. A woman in the car that was hit had to be cut out of it. She was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No one else was injured. Police say the 15-year-old will be cited for driving without a license.
Should marijuana be legalized for medical purposes in Kentucky? A town hall forum in Scott County tonight addressed that question. People in favor of legalizing medical marijuana in Kentucky say it can help people battling painful and serious illnesses.
This is the 6th venue we've had this year. We've trying to educate people all over the state about the goodness of medical marijuana.
A bill that would have legalized medical marijuana in Kentucky stalled in the state legislature earlier this year. So far, 23 states and the District of Columbia have legalized medical marijuana.
Tonight, police in Houston say a driver actually crashed her SUV into a supermarket, killing a customer.
Police say the 74-year-old woman had put her SUV into reverse to back out of a parking spot, but somehow it ended up crashing into the front of the store. Police say a 31-year-old woman who was shopping was killed. Witnesses describe a frightening sight.
It was like a bowling pin because it's like 15 people around the front. And when the car came and when it actually hit, then nobody knows. It was just like a big boom. And then like people just fell because they close by it and the glass was shattering.
Houston police say 6 other people were hurt, most of them with minor injuries. They are not sure why the SUV ended up inside the store. The driver was just trying to back out of a parking space.
Back here in Kentucky, new tonight, family members of a missing Nelson County mother say they've ended their daily searches for her. Crystal Rogers hasn't been seen since July 3rd. Last week, the Nelson County Sheriff's Office said investigators believe she is dead, and they've named her boyfriend as a suspect in her disappearance. So far, no charges have been filed. Her family says based on the new information from investigators, they don't feel it's necessary to continue daily searches. They say a team of specialized canine searchers who had been helping has now returned to Florida.
New tonight, there is a happy ending in the search for a missing Clark County man. A golden alert had been issued for 89-year-old Leon McKinney, but tonight, Clark County emergency managers say that he was found safe in Virginia. McKinney had been missing since yesterday afternoon. Investigators say he told his family he was going to Bath County, but he never returned home.
A Harlan County magistrate has been arrested after what state police call an investigation that goes back 6 years. Police charged James Howard with misuse of confidential information and abuse of public trust. They say this is in connection to 5 checks police say Howard issued to a company that he manages. Police say more arrests are possible in connection to the case. In a statement, Howard said he didn't do anything wrong.
Today, the first U.S.-built Lexus rolled off the assembly line at the Toyota plant in Georgetown. The new assembly line at the plant will build the Lexus ES350. Toyota invested $360 million in the project, which also added more than 700 new jobs. The plant will build 50,000 of the cars each year. The first ES350 will stay at the Georgetown plant, where it will go on display.